You know, one thing about it, Chad was checking Troy. He was like, listen, who are you? What? Like, we best friends or what? I know we since we was babies. Hey everyone, this is Jody, the Brooklyn Zillennial, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. What time is it? Get your head in the game. We're all in this together. By now, you already know what we talking about today. Come on, Wildcat, what we doing? High School Musical. If there is one movie that really just paved the way for me, it's High School Musical. I'm not gonna lie to you, from the moment I saw High School Musical, my life was changed. I don't know what it was, but that musical film, it changed lives. The songs, the dancing, the acting, the characters, the recipe was just, it was amazing. Let's just get into it. High School Musical was a franchise that was directed by no other than Kenny Ortega. It's a whole franchise. There are 3 movies in the franchise: High School Musical 1, High School Musical 2, and High School Musical 3, right? Throughout the 3 movies, we are on a journey with a set of characters. We have Troy Bolton, Gabriella Montez, Sharpay Evans, Ryan Evans, Chad Danforth, and Taylor McKessie. They were the core group in High School Musical. Being that the title is High School Musical, of course, it is a musical within the movie. How would you describe High School Musical? What the? It's a musical television film. I got that from Wikipedia. You have the high school students in East High navigating growing pains of high school, right? The cast and director, they did their big one with casting High School Musical. Each character just brought something that made the cast 100. But Zac Efron, you know, he was like the leader-esque type, very like next door cute boy. We have Vanessa Hudgens, sweet girl next door. We had Ashley Tisdale. One thing about it, she could play a diva, child. That's what made Sharpay. We had Lucas Grabeel. He definitely brought that like theater kid who knew what he was doing. Monique Coleman definitely was the black side chick friend. If you know, you know. But I do think she played that role well, you know, just from her chemistry with Corbin Bleu, being just like one of the smart kids, but also being able to dance, sing, loved it. Then we had Corbin Bleu, child. His hair had its own choreography, okay? Like his feet were moving and his hair was moving, all right? So that's one thing about Corbin Bleu. He could act, he could dance, he could sing, he a triple threat, child. Stands were crazy for that franchise. Like every girl had a crush on Zac Efron. Every girl wanted to be Vanessa Hudgens. All the baddies wanted to be Sharpay Evans, child. Because one thing about Sharpay Evans, she knew what she was doing. It was a High School Musical craze. I bought like a coloring book, like that. Yeah, High School Musical there. Throughout the 3 movies, one thing about it, Troy Bolton always had a damn, he always had a test. Or just, he was pulled in both sides, child. Like he was pulled for the theater side, he was pulled towards the basketball side. He couldn't coexist in both communities without there being problems. On top of that, his girlfriend, Gabriella Montez, she was a mathlete, but also she was a great singer as well. Gabriella served as, I would say, the voice of reason for Troy. Wait, scratch that. I would say Chad was. Gabriella was the safe space for Troy. He could be whoever he wanted to be with her, right? Because she was very nurturing towards him. And then we had Troy Bolton's best friend, Chad. His love, first and foremost, was basketball, right? He was the voice of reason for Troy when Troy was getting a little too crazy, you feel me? But he also was the one that reminded Troy, like, hey, basketball, like, bro, like, basketball is what we do. Like, don't forget that, you feel me? And then we had Sharpay Evans and Ryan Evans. Those were the twins. They were twins, right? I hope they were twins. Yes. So Ryan and Sharpay, they were twin siblings, right? They owned the theater at Eastside High, okay? Whatever was happening in the theater world at the school, they were in charge of it, and they were the ones that made it happen. And then we had Taylor McKessie, all right? Taylor was Gabriella's best friend, okay? She was also a part of the mathlete. Very intelligent girl. And I would say she served as the voice of reason for Gabriella. In all, that's how each of the characters moved throughout the franchise. We gonna break it down movie by movie, child, but I'm not gonna be too long because ain't nobody got time for that, right? So let's go. In High School Musical 1, I would say that was the first glimpse into Troy realizing he actually had an artistic side, a musical side. And Gabriella, she sang as well, child, and she was a little shy. So that friendship turned relationship, they kind of helped each other realize another passion and not be ashamed of it. And throughout the first film, it was really just honing in, like, we're multifaceted, right? We could do everything and anything. That's what made the first movie so good. It was just people owning the different sides of themselves and being proud of it instead of being ashamed of it, you know? Because with high school, it's such a crazy time, you know? You're finding yourself, but you're also under peer pressure. You want to fit in, so you do anything just to be a part of the crowd or not stand out in the crowd. And the second film, Troy had his little dilemma again, child. This time, instead of it taking place in the school, it took place at this country club. Yes, it took place at a country club, and the country club was owned by Sharpay and Ryan Evans' parents. Throughout the franchise, Sharpay definitely wanted to get with Troy Bolton, okay? Even though Troy didn't want that girl, that was her mission, to get that man, all right? So in the second film, she kind of schemed, like, all right, so let me try to get close with Troy and offer him a job at my family's country club, all right? So he ended up getting the position, but the gag is Troy ended up bringing the whole of Eastside with him to the country club. You know, Sharpay didn't like that. So in the second film, Troy was working at the country club, and with that, he was getting a lot of perks. Because again, Sharpay did like him, and Sharpay was putting him in spaces that would further his basketball career. Unfortunately, he kind of forgot about his friends that he brought along for the ride at the country club, and they had to check him. You know, one thing about it, Chad was checking Troy. He was like, listen, who are you? What? Like, we best friends or what? I know we since we was babies. Yeah. So Troy had to get checked, but you know, they ended up reuniting, child. And then by the end, you know, everyone was friends again, child. And yeah. And then the third film, it was their last year, and they were just navigating what that would look like for them. And you know, again, Troy had his freaking dilemma, child. Okay, is he gonna focus on basketball or is he gonna focus on acting, child? By the end of the film, he chose both. Yeah, to be close to Gabriella. So that's the basis of the films, okay? If you haven't watched the High School Musical franchise, I would definitely recommend it, okay? Definitely take some time, do what you gotta do. I really cannot choose a favorite song, you know? But I'm gonna break it down movie by movie. Let's do that. High School Musical 1. I think I started something new. For that to be the opening song for that film, or one of the first songs in that film, I should say, amazing. Amazing, because again, that chemistry between Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, come on, that was beautiful. Amazing chemistry. But you know, fun fact, you know, Drew Seeley was the real singer, so let's give Drew Seeley his 10s. But Zac Efron, he definitely could lip sing. So you got that too, Zac. This could be the start of something new. Yeah, y'all know that. This feeling's like no other. I want you to know. What I've been looking for, Sharpay and Ryan, they ate that. As I said before, Sharpay is a diva and she knows how to perform. Ryan was definitely her sidekick, but he also knew how to perform as well, so I just loved it. I ate it up. And one of the best songs in that film, Stick to the Status Quo. Stick to the stuff you know. If you want to be cool, but the one simple rule, don't mess with the stuff, no. Like the whole cast, stage, everyone was in the child. Everyone was performing. So it was, yeah, they ate down. The bills were due and the lights were almost off. And everyone had to play their part. Everyone had to play their role. An eviction notice was on the doors. They did what they had to do. The lights stayed on, you feel me? So Status Quo, they did their big one with that. And then Breaking Free. We're soaring, flying. Yeah, oh my gosh, that was such a good song. I sang that song into the ground. The lyrics were beautiful, and the ending song, We're All in This Together. Wow, we're all in this together once we know that we are stars and we see. Oh my gosh. That ending song, when I tell you I learned that, and I was that one in school, I was teaching everyone the dances. All right, like you stand here, you stand here, you stand here. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was the magic of the first movie. Like the songs were, they were top tier. They were top tier. The songs in the second movie definitely were an upgrade. The first movie set a standard, but the second movie exceeded everything. You know, like sequels, sometimes sequels is a hit or miss, but with High School Musical 2, it was better than the first movie. Let's just start with the opening. What time is it? What time is it? What? That opening, whoo, I'm getting chills again. That opening was so good. Like the dancing was better, the vocals were better. Zac Efron started singing in the second film too. So everything was just better a second time around. That opening was just so good, and it made you excited for the rest of the film. Let's just get into You Are the Music in Me. Na 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 na, yeah. You are the music in me. No critiques. Again, you see the chemistry between Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, right? And I loved also how the cast came in towards the end of the song. They all started singing, just beautiful. And then Work It Out. One thing about High School Musical, they always have a cast number, child. We've got to work this out. One thing I love about the cast songs of High School Musical, everyone had their little shining moment. Everyone had their chance to like sing, dance, show what they brought to the film or to that specific role, which I loved. Let's talk about the baddie song. You already know what the baddie song of that film is. It's out with the old and in with the new. Goodbye clouds of gray, hello skies of blue. A dip in the pool, a trip to the spot, and the stays in my shade. The whole world according to Moa. Y'all know that song, fabulous. I'm sorry, Sharpay. She may have been an antagonist in the film, but she was my girl. Loved her down. She was just a girl, you feel me? She was just a girl, and I relate because I'm just a girl. So yeah, Fabulous was such a good song. Ashley Tisdale did her big one because yeah, Fabulous was one of the best songs of that film. Would I say it's in top 3? I don't know. Anywho's, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. I love that Zac was able to sing in this film because he brought his own little spin to it. Like, and he could dance. He could two-step. What about us? What about everything we've been through? What about Charles? Gotta go my own way, yeah. Gabriella was good for one thing. She was good for leaving Troy when the waters got cold, child. She was good for that, child. That is a national treasure in the High School Musical franchise. One thing about it, karaoke, I'll be singing that because it's such a beautiful song, you know? Like, okay, let me not say it's a beautiful song. It's a sad song, but it's a beautiful sad song. Like, I gotta go my own way. And then you already know, all for one, all for one. Yes, yes. Such a good like cast song because again, everyone's dancing, everyone's singing. I loved it, I loved it. Oh my gosh, wait. Let's bring it back because I forgot to mention this. I don't dance, no. Oh my gosh. As I said before, Chad, who was Troy's best friend, he definitely was basketball to the day he dies. But he also could dance and sing because you know that's Corbin Blue, who's a triple threat child. At one point in the second film, there was just an employee's like baseball game, right? And Ryan, you know, he was also hanging out with Gabriella because Troy was, you know, networking with Sharpay and her people's child. So, anywho's, Ryan ended up at the game and, you know, Chad was playing the game because he was an employee. And Chad was like, what you doing here? And Ryan was like, yeah, I play. And Chad's like, I don't dance. And then Ryan was like, what? So, yeah. I Don't Dance was the best song in that film. You cannot tell me difference. I would have never foresaw that Lucas and Corbin's voices would blend together so beautifully, but it did. Them dancing together, their chemistry, fire. Hit it out of the park. I don't dance. I know you can. Not a chance. Yo, yeah. Honestly, I will say, even though the third film was theatrically released, it still isn't as good as the other films, okay? Yes, I definitely did see it opening night and I love my core group, but it wasn't as good. There are some good songs we need to get into, okay? I want it all. I want it, want it, want it. One thing about Ryan and Sharpay, they were able to really feed off each other because again, they're twins. They know each other. So like performing together, they hit it out of the park, child. Let's go into A Night to Remember. It's gonna be a night to remember. Kenny Ortega, he deserves all of his flowers because one thing about it, they were in that dance camp from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. There was never a person that was out of sync, out of step in that choreography, and they hit it. A Night to Remember is one of the best, if not the best, musical cast number. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'ma stand on it. The finale song, High School Musical. High School Musical, who said we have to let it. That was a great number to close out the whole movie. There was not a dry eye for that ending. We saw them grow up, we grew up with them, and it was coming to an end. All together makes it better. Memories that last forever. High School Musical songs, not only were they catchy, but they were beautiful and just inspiring. You know, I think they captured what it was to be a kid and what it felt to like just navigate being a student, experiencing like your first crush, experiencing like your first heartbreak. They were able to translate what it was like growing up, you know? High School Musical was one of the best franchises ever released on Disney Channel, in my opinion. There was a before High School Musical and there was an after High School Musical. And after High School Musical changed the game for just kid movies. Kenny Ortega, you deserve everything in this life. Thank you for making such a beautiful film that captured what it was to be a teen. High School Musical definitely was an amazing franchise that transcends decades. Like I could sit down and watch High School Musical 1 through 3 in one sitting and not taking any breaks because it was just that good. And the music, the choreography, the acting, it still stands till today. So Zillennials, we gotta stand up for High School Musical because they did their big one. Thank you for watching my video, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Yeah, he had a little spray tan, but that's besides the point. Nobody gets with that. Oh. What was Corbin Blue's name? I would not pass High School Musical trivia. Whatever. Oh, okay. Let's scratch that.